Is YouTube gonna show this? Come on. Oh, we are live. Hello. So, no, this is not pre-recorded. Hello, guys. Hello, Anderson. Hello, Richard, Unicorn. Howdy, hi, every how. So today we have Revelation News, also known as Jason, the ex of Shanny for Christ. Before we start, though, this is going to be a completely off-the-cuff type of interview. All right. I have some questions that I wrote out, but I'm probably not even going to follow those questions. I want this to be a very natural type of interview, due to the fact that recently, if you've been catching up with the lolcow drama, Shanny was 302'd recently, as in like 2 days ago. Her and her partner broke up, and it's been an ongoing toxic little battle they've been having in a house, and it has been very, very insane. It's been entertaining, insane, but also extremely toxic and unhealthy. So today I have Revelation News here, and if I look crazy or I sound really tired, it's because I had a 10-hour tattoo session yesterday, so I'm a little bit under the weather. So let's bring Revelation News on here. And here we go. Here's the man. People didn't think that you were going to show up. Why is that?
Probably because there's something going around maybe in certain circles that I intend on going back to that. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's zero chance that I can have any relationship with this person. I said to her, look, maybe we could be friends. She said, I'd never be friends with such an asshole like you. So I said, okay, all right.
I mean, let's be honest, though. Would you want to be friends with her after the fact? After everything that you've been through, would you want to be genuinely?
It's a similar answer that I have for Gary G-Man. It's no, because I know she lied about me publicly. How can I trust? I can't. How can you trust people like that, Rep? Right? You can't. How can you really trust a person that you know went out in front of tons of people, however many people you might be talking to? Could be millions, could be two. But they lied to people about you directly to a camera. I mean,
that doesn't feel great for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that? Have you ever lied for her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's great.
I'd go farther with that, but
you can't. No, you can. This is a free. What would be some things that you have lied about that now in retrospect you're like, wow, I should not have defended her?
The fact that she would get violent. I hid it. I hid it completely from everybody, including authorities. I hid it. That time that she put a scarlet A on my head, you guys saw a shiner on me. She popped me. She did. And it was pretty good hit. Pretty good hit. She's strong. Not anymore. She's pretty weak now because her spirit is just evil, man. I don't know.
Little T-Rex arms. I don't know. I saw her throw some things just a couple days ago. So
she threw a 2-liter Dr. Pepper bottle right at my head, man. And if that connected, that might have not been too good. I'm just saying.
Did you say, so you lied about, or I should say covered up domestic violence? Honestly, yeah. I would say that's a pretty normal thing if you're in a DV situation among people. If you are genuinely in a relationship, no matter how toxic or bad the relationship is, a lot of men will lie about covering up domestic violence. It's a thing. And women too. It's just, this is not specifically a gender thing. Like, it's a very common victim thing. It's kind of embarrassing. It's humiliating, right? To acknowledge the fact that you've let somebody hit you and you don't want to. It's embarrassing for a lot of people to come out and talk about that.
The way that I felt about it was this. I justified it in my mind this way, that it's not her. It's her BPD. And
she has BPD?
Oh, she was diagnosed.
So she was diagnosed with BPD.
That's what she tells me.
Have you? But in your 8-year relationship, did you ever see any, like, a medical document or something that? Yeah. See,
nope.
I don't believe that.
Fair
I don't
enough.
believe that. I don't believe that. Because BPD is crazy, dude.
She said that she was diagnosed in the military, and that's why she was kicked out of the military.
She was in the military. This is why I want to talk to you. I've never heard of this. She was in the basic military training.
Basic training for Navy, and they kicked her out. Yeah, they kicked her out because they gave her a mental evaluation, I guess, and it came out that she was BPD, and bye, you got to go. You can't be in the military and be BPD, I guess. Or at that time, you couldn't.
I actually don't even know do we have any military people in chat? That would be I don't know. Can you go into the military if you have like a diagnosed? I know you can if you have diagnosed autism.
She said to me also that her mother was discharged from the military because she is bipolar.
I don't know. I can't really visualize Shani ever joining the military. When would that have happened? Had she even basic training? When would that have happened? When she's 19? Man. No, you got to be 21, don't you? Or 18? You got to be 18 to join the military.
18. Yeah, as far as I know. So that would have been what year? She's 1 year older than me. Yeah, so
how old is she?
42.
She's 42. Really? Oh man.
She's 42. Yeah, and I'm 41.
And how old are you?
41.
Okay.
Right behind her. Less than a year.
I don't know if I believe the military thing. That's just. So look, we're gonna watch this video, right? Now, Jason has never watched this video. I've actually never watched it all the way through. I've only gotten to around the 10-minute mark. But Shani for Christ's mother published a YouTube video quite a few years ago talking about Shani. And Jason is mentioned in it, and Chris, I think, which was her ex-husband, right?
Yep.
Correct. We're going to live watch this video together because I think from the little bit that I've watched of it, it's really telling. Everything that her mom says and talks about Shani, and I just think it would be this video in of itself says so much about the person that you've been with for the last 8 years, because you've been with her 8 years now, correct?
It would have been 8 years this March.
That's a long time. My longest was 4.5 years. Oh. And so I can't even 8 years. That is a wild.
And you got to. There's
hard.
There was narc abuse, and I was completely.
When you're in a relationship that long, for the most part, speaking from experience here, you become codependent on a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's my experience, Rep. Yeah.
Would you say that you were codependent on her?
Completely. When I went to jail, that was one of the hardest. Well, it's not great being in jail in the first place, but separation anxiety. Oh, yeah. I was really worried about her because I wasn't sure about the food situation. Were the kids going to go get food at Convenient and stuff? Because I was getting food at Giant driving. So I didn't know what the hell was going to happen with her. I was scared about that for her. Well, where is she going to get her food? Because G-Man couldn't be there all the time. So you want to call it codependent? Absolute, Rep, because she yanked me out of my house in Scranton and put me out in Colorado like a fish out of the water. And the first day that we ended up there, I had a psychotic break where I was looking into the sun, crying into the sun. I see Jesus Christ's hand in the sun just saying, take my hand, and I lost my mind, man. I completely lost it for a little bit, for a day. I ran in the house and I was acting like the fucking Joker. It was out of hand, dude. There was one. I'm surprised she didn't live stream it, because if you guys got a taste of that shit, that was really crazy. I was in a psychotic state, and it's because I was withdrawing from alcohol, and I have never felt anything like that, Rep. When you're slamming
alcohol is a huge alcohol addiction's rough, man. So have you ever been to rehab? Like alcohol rehabilitation?
You could call what I've been to twice a rehab of sorts, but it was in a behavioral health hospital.
Okay.
So it was like a combo of rehab type stuff in the structure of a behavioral hospital. That's what I went to. And I recommend it to everybody. It's a very good thing. If you can stand being in a situation that's a lot like high school and sort of prison-y, but it's not. The bad places are like a prison. the good places are kind of like high school. There's structure. You have to go to groups. They'll lock your room and lock you out of your room if you don't go to groups. Stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting.
So very helpful, you know, and I recommend that to everybody. But rehab, good rehab, costs money, Rap.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does.
It really does.
How long were you in there for?
First time I went, I was there a solid week. The second time I went, I was there 2 weeks, which was 4 groups a day, which is that's a lot of therapy, man. And it's good stuff. It's really good. Coping mechanisms, learning DBT with dialectic behavior therapy.
No, I've done DPT. DPT is pretty. It's very, very good.
Oh, it's awesome stuff. And CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I've been through a bunch of shit. And the only thing I need to get right is the medications, because they had me on a lithium dose that I don't know, man. It made me feel weird, you know?
Yeah, lithium's a wild medication to have. Man, you got a lot of haters in the chat right now. People are people do not like you.
That's all right, man. I understand why they don't. It's okay. And I understand that there's going to be a certain segment of people that saw what happened with that boy, and they think it's something it wasn't. And it's just
you're referring to the child, the kid, which she calls
Zachary.
Zachary, the kid kicker thing, right? Correct.
Yeah, correct.
You know, it is interesting about that situation is how Shanny completely refused to ever acknowledge that happened up until you guys broke up.
Isn't that funny? Wow. All of a sudden? Okay, hun. You know, it's a bad habit. I got to stop calling her hun. But that's just dishonest. Because if I kicked that boy, how could she stay with me?
I swear there's a clip of you admitting that you hit the kid, though.
You're right. I admit that. Yes. That striking happened. I do remember that. But it was just a couple pops on the head with my hand. And is that too much? Yeah. You're not supposed to do that, especially with an autistic son. You just don't discipline that way.
No, absolutely. I didn't even know the fact that Zachary was autistic, and that actually
makes it worse.
That's fucked up. That's super fucked up to hit an autistic kid.
And that's why they were going to probably kill me in jail. That's why I had to go to solitary. Because the whole floor was on fire. This guy fucking did something to an autistic kid. Yeah, we're going to kill him tonight. They said that.
I mean,
I don't blame them, man. I don't blame them. Look, the circumstances of what were behind that night is that Shanny had been just harassing me the whole day with bullshit, saying you're cheating, you're an asshole, I can't stand you, all this shit. So I was gaslit into a really bad mental state to start with, and I didn't have any medication. I wasn't drinking. So I was in a manic state, and it just happened, man. It just happened.
So you hit the kid with your hand, and you never kicked a kid?
The kicking didn't happen, and the reason that I know it didn't is because I was wearing steel-toed boots. So if I kicked him, he would have not just gone to the hospital, but probably would have had a very serious injury of some sort. Okay? He would have had a ruptured something. I mean,
yeah.
There's no chance.
We do agree here that hitting a kid is just like deplorable, and this should never happen, correct?
I totally agree. Yes. Okay. Yeah, all children. You don't discipline that way. I don't agree with it. I don't.
Do you remember if you put any when you hit him in the head? Did you put any bruises or anything, or no?
Not that I was told about. No. Shanny said he was fine. We didn't even take him to the hospital. That's what Shanny told me.
Okay. Well, I just don't want it to be super downplayed. I'm glad that we agree that hitting a kid is not okay. It's just never acceptable. But
I fully take responsibility, and I apologize for it. And no, you need to be going to anger management hardcore if you even think for a second.
Well, for the future, if you ever date somebody again, you should not date somebody with children. Okay, like
I completely agree with that.
Don't date somebody with children.
No. I agree completely.
Okay. Anyways, I want to ask you, how did you and Shanny meet?
Oh, boy.
The origin of your relationship, was it through YouTube? Was it through Facebook? It was through YouTube?
It was through YouTube.
Okay.
I was a Christian end time prophecy guy. And I can see that
you Christian prophecy guy?
Yep.
Like, what do you mean? Well, you had Revelation News. Yes, I remember that YouTube channel many years ago.
Yep, that's me. And I had a radio show, and we got I can see that you feel different about me now, Rep, with the boy thing, and that's too bad. But I understand it.
Well, the past is the past, but it's also super fucked up. Like, I'm not going to ignore that and be like, "Oh, you're the best person ever." I mean, there's just certain things that if you do, you know.
Yeah, I'd love to have a friendship.
If I right now got up and kicked my cat that's in the background, I'm assuming you'd be like, wow,
what the fuck?
Yeah, you would. Your opinion would be just like, wow, that's really shitty, right? Like,
that's really shitty, sure. And it is really shitty what happened.
Everybody watching, including you, would have your opinion would be like, it would change a little bit. I'm still going to talk with you. I'm still going to be fair with you, and we still want to talk to you. So, but anyways, let's get back to the subject. Shanny, how did you guys meet?
Yep, YouTube, my Christian YouTube prophecy channel, Revelation News. I was one of the bigger prophecy guys in the beginning because the big guys weren't on there yet. So I was one of the bigger channels, and she was a commenter. And I talked to her a few times. We talked on the phone a few times about the Bible and stuff and current events and stuff like that. So she came
to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, in the comments, yeah. That's where I met her. And then I can't remember how she got my number, but we exchanged numbers somehow. I can't remember how. And she called me one day and said Rand Campbell, who was another Christian YouTube guy, his name on there was like God is on YouTube or something was his name. And she said, he needs to talk to you. So that's how I really met her and came into that community, which was the Great Debate community on YouTube.
The skeptic. So I was part of the skeptic community years ago on YouTube. So that was kind of the opposite of it.
Yeah, it fits in with it, like Jacqueline Glenn, right? That you know her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That type of deal. It was like atheist versus Christian debate community thing. So that's how I really met her. And then you flash forward a few years, you go to 2017, and Chris broke up with her in a way that was, I don't agree with it. He basically cheated with another woman and walked in.
Do you know that for certain, though?
I mean,
do you know for certain that? Oh, he said that it happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In an interview with the Geek Room, he admitted to cheating.
All right.
Yep.
I'll have to go back and reference that when I make my official video on Shanny, but I didn't know that, so that's the first time I'm hearing that.
Yep. Yeah, he admitted it.
Everybody in chat saying Chris said he did. He did it. Okay, so yeah. All right. Yep. That's fucked up.
I didn't like that, but whatever. I made a promise to her. She was feeling that something bad was going to happen with their relationship, and she said, I need a Christian man in the community to stand up and say that he'll help me, and I gave her a picture of a ring. So I took it, I took it. And it was then a process to getting her to PA. I bought her a truck, like it was a GMC Jimmy I bought her, used one. She just packed up everything she could get, put it in that thing, and drove out to me. And a day before she drove out, I said, Shannon, I don't think you should come out here. And here's what she freaked out immediately and started having a really bad meltdown. I said, listen, you got 2 kids and I'm an alcoholic. You think it's a really good idea to have them underneath my roof? I don't think it's a good idea. She said, no, this is God. I have to come now. And okay. So she showed up at my doorstep. And the rest, you guys know. It's history,
Thank you, Nikki, for the $5. Appreciate that. All right. So that's lore I didn't know. You guys met through.
Yep.
How fascinating. So what was, when you first met her, can you describe the overall first day that you met her? How was that? What was that like? How did she treat you?
Kind of like a star at first. It's like, wow, you're real. You're a real person. I think it was kind of like if she met I don't know, some actor she kind of likes. That's how it was at first. But it was pleasant. You know, she presented to me as a pleasant person. So we developed a relationship, yeah. I didn't really at first feel the feeling of, oh, I want you, that type of deal, because I'm really not into BBW women, but her spirit was something that was attractive to me at the time. So, yeah, it developed into what you call a relationship, and I did the best I could in the circumstances.
Okay, let me back up. So you eventually meet her, right?
Yeah.
How soon did you guys actually become like a couple officially? Was it like the first day, like you guys met and you went down on that pussy, and it was done, like the first day? First day you guys met.
First day, yeah. She likes to say I was stealing kisses at the door or whatever. Yeah, I was affectionate, sure. So it was immediate. It wasn't. We didn't wait because it was going to happen. I mean, there was like one really good bedroom that was going to be ours.
Would you say she ever narcissistically love bombed you, like from the first day you guys met?
Oh man, I mean that's kind of been a thing from the start. I think love bombing, calling me like a perfect Christian guy and all that. That was bullshit. And when people started calling me like a perfect Christian type thing, I straight up drank whiskey live, and I said, "No, you're wrong. I'm just a guy. I ain't perfect at all, you know."
All right, let me stop you there. I have another question. Mm-hmm. So you guys meet for the first time. When you guys met, was she aware of the fact of your inheritance? So I'm mentally trying to create a timeline here, which will help me for my official Shanny video when it drops.
Okay.
Which you'll be mentioned in that too. But cool. Did she know about the inheritance, the $700,000 inheritance?
Absolutely, yeah. From the start.
From the very beginning.
I let her know everything about my life because I felt like it was probably going to develop into a relationship. So, yeah, I was sharing everything with her. Yeah. Yep. She knew about the money. Okay. 100%. Yeah. And people were trying to tell me that's probably the reason why she wants to get out to you. And I'm like, well, that's certainly part of the package, ain't it?
Jenny999, thank you for the $5. Jenny has a question to you specifically asking, are you drinking right now?
No.
Actually, before I had him on here, was a day or two ago, I told him he can't come onto the stream drunk.
Yeah, exactly. You did.
I specifically told him that, and I told him if he is drunk, I will literally not have this conversation with him.
And I don't blame you.
I appreciate you not coming on here hammered drunk.
No way, dude. I respect you, Rep. There's no way I'd do that with you, man. I wouldn't do that with anybody. I wouldn't do that with Dragnot, and we had a history. You know, I wouldn't do that with people. It's not professional. It's bullshit to do that, you know?
How are you doing on the alcohol, though, like realistically? So I saw a video from you a couple days ago when Shanny was 302'd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were like crying like crazy. I didn't watch the whole thing. I only saw a little bit.
I'm drinking that. That's what I'm drinking. Cheap ass
Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder, yeah. That's what I'm drinking. That's what I got.
All right. Well, just don't get too invested in alcohol, especially during this time, because when feelings and emotions are on the rise, it's very easy to just go to a bottle, right?
You're right.
And alcoholism will never improve any aspect of your life. Like drinking's fine, but like actually like being drunk, and you've admitted that you've been a drunk in the past, so it's you have the implication of easily just resorting to drinking all the time to suffocate emotions and feelings.
You're right. You're right. And I have to check that. Yeah. But honestly, the couple drinks I had were just celebratory. And I really don't feel like I have that much of a problem with it anymore. But should I stay away from it? Yeah. Not just for getting back into it could pull me back into the bottom like I was at one point. It's not just that, but it gives me such blaring headaches now. It's not even enjoyable. It's not something I even like doing no more. So I'm done with it. I am.
All right. Well, if you need resources for that stuff, let me know. Like, you have my number.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that big time.
So I saw you on like DP podcast. I think was it yesterday or the day before?
That might have been 3 days ago now.
Yeah. And you seem pretty drunk, but I don't know. I don't want you to hurt yourself or do something crazy.
I was feeling it. Because when I'm fully gone, you'll know it. Like the behavior is not okay at all. So like I know my line, and once I go past that, I get offline because it's not good. It's just not good. So yeah, alcohol in general for me now is stay away. But for the feeling in my body, even my body tells me stop that. Don't do it. It's bad for you, man.
Okay, let's move off of alcohol. So you guys meet for the first time. She knows about your inheritance. Tell me about the inheritance process. Specifically, why did you inherit $700,000? And what happened to that specifically? So you inherited $700,000. Why did you inherit $700,000? And what do you think that Shani got with you specifically for that inheritance?
Okay, I didn't inherit $700,000. I inherited $250,000 that I turned into $700,000.
So you turned it in.
Yeah.
How did you turn that? Well, not only is that a massive that's a
return.
The return value is crazy. Like if you had 250 and you made it 700,000, you better give me some financial advice because clearly I'm doing something wrong myself, right? So how did you turn 250 into 700,000?
Apple stock.
Apple stock.
I kept rolling money into Apple stock, and eventually it split, and then it split twice, and then it split. My money was gone at that point, but it split 3 times. If we still had the money, we would have been millionaires, me and Shani. We would have been like 10 million, decamillionaire.
So you took $250,000, all of that you inherited, and you just thrusted it towards Apple shares, invested.
Slowly, yep. I would take little amounts of the dividends that were coming in from other stocks, and I was piping it all into Apple, and that was a good move. It was it was a good move.
I missed out. I should have slid in your DMs and asked you what's some financial advice.
It went well for that time. It did. And where did it go? Mainly marijuana.
Okay, so you made $700,000, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At this point, when you had a total of $700,000, how fast did you lose that?
Holy shit. 3 years in Colorado.
So in 3 years, you and Shani spent $700,000.
Correct.
That's wild. That's crazy, man. So I have to ask, how did you spend that much in such a short amount of time? Like 3 years and $700,000 is an astronomical amount of money.
It's wild.
So you said marijuana, but there has to be other things. There's no way you can spend $700,000 on weed. Like I don't think that's humanly possible.
No, that wasn't all it was. It was regular living costs, which were higher because we were living in nice areas in Colorado, but also having to move so many times because of trolls calling landlords and getting us kicked out and causing problems with cops and blah, 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 blah. So there were a lot of moves, too. And a lot of times we had to leave everything and then buy everything new again because of the circumstances were crazy.
And how many times did that happen? You guys leave everything, move to another one, leave, move.
3. And that was a huge chunk of money, I'm going to tell you that. Was it $700,000? No, but it was a chunk of money. And every time is a deposit with the extra money.
So the first, do you remember how much rent was at those places that you were staying?
The last one was crazy. It was $3,000 a month. Covell.
That is a lot.
$3,000 a month, but they had security, and that's why we went there. We wanted.
So I'm more curious. So if you had all this, let's just go back to your first move, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get into this apartment. You guys have a lot of money. Trolls screw up with your life. You guys get harassed through online trolls, what have you, right?
Yep.
Why leave everything though?
I know.
If you have, that's what I don't like. Why leave everything? Because I watched a video. I don't know if you know what video that is, but there was a video I don't know if it was a leasing agent or a landlord going through one of the places that you lived. And I will say the place was actually really nice. Like, the apartment is very nice. It is way nicer than what I'm living in right now.
Covell.
It is, and the stuff that I saw on there made me nearly vomit. Like,
I know.
Living conditions of the house. It was a couple-story house, and it was just like horrendous. There was poop and shit, and grime, and the kids' beds. There was piss stains and like feces, and I just was like, what? So I guess my question is, going back, so your first move, why leave everything though? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, it was the circumstances, because every time that they would flood a landlord with so many calls at once, it became, no, you got to get out, not just, they have processes, right? You got to be out in this amount of time. They literally say...
Typically it's 30 days.
Typically, yes. But they would pull shit with lawyers, I guess, and stuff, and we had to be out in a week, 7 days, gone. So the circumstances were such that a lot of times we couldn't coordinate getting like a U-Haul and all that stuff. I'm telling you, dude, living in the situation we were in together was so uncomfortable that a lot of times we would just get lost by smoking weed and completely not taking care of shit that needed to be taken care of quick. So what's the consequence? We leave everything, jump in the car, pack clothes and shit, and go to another place. That's what it was. Just mentally
ill. You did that 3 times?
3 times.
That's crazy, man. Like,
3.
Do you understand in retrospect how crazy that is to leave? So I saw I don't know how old this. I was watching something a couple weeks ago with you. You and Shani were in the background, and I saw like a stack on a shelf of a bunch of PlayStation 2 games.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I want those.
I know. I want
those. You left them? You left PlayStation 2? Do you know how much those games are worth now?
I do know that, Rep. And the deal is, I put everything I could into that Durango. It was literally puffed out with stuff. And it was really rare shit. So I kept that stuff. The PS2 games, I've thought to myself, well, bro, you can literally get huge lots of PS2 games on eBay for not that much money. eBay's amazing still.
It is. I use it for Pokemon card stuff.
There you go. Exactly. It's great for that. And Magic the Gathering's my shit. That's what I used to love. But, yeah, man, I had all of that shit, and I built that up over a 1 year period, and I spent only $1,000 on like all of it, except the Neo Geo, because Neo Geo's shit is super expensive.
It is.
I had a Neo Geo in the frickin' box, dude. I gave it to G-Man.
G-Man seems to have a lot of things that he's taken from you guys. We'll get into that later, but
okay. He has quite a bit.
Going back to you guys moved 3 times. You leave everything.
Mm-hmm.
What was the landlord's reasoning for why you guys left? They have to give you a reason. Like, is you violating?
They considered us a nuisance to the community. That was always that was always the reason.
That was probably very valid, right? I would assume.
Yeah, because the trolls would flood, literally, Rep, like 500.
So it wasn't because no rent was ever paid or anything? Mm-mm. Was rent paid?
Always. Yep.
Always. Okay.
Always. I never had a problem paying rent because we had plenty of dividends coming in. Plenty. To cover both places, Glenwood and the Habitat, the first 2, we could cover them no problem. Covell broke the bank over time because it was $3,000 a month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it broke the bank. That was it.
And that was pre-COVID.
That's right. And I'm telling you, Westminster's not cheap to live in. It's a bougie area. So,
all right.
It is what it is, man.
All right. So that gives me a lot of clarity on things and stuff. I want to talk about G-Man, actually, since G-Man was brought up.
Okay.
So G-Man, from what I've been researching, G-Man sold a house from under you guys. Is that correct? Or sold something under Shani?
I don't know if you'd put it that way. We gave him a house. my house in Scranton that I used to live in.
You gave him it?
For $1. Yeah.
Why?
He was homeless, and I didn't need that house anymore. I intended on staying in Colorado. So I said, wait, G-Man's homeless? Screw that. We're going to give him the house for $1.
Jesus, man, I'm in the wrong place. I could have had a house from you for $1.
If I knew you then, Rep. And
I don't understand why sell the house for $1 to him though. Like, what's the motive? Like,
because I knew he could never afford paying for the full house. I mean, it's $160,000 house, so he would never be able to pay me that. So I just wanted the guy to have a roof over his head. I cared about him as a Christian. So
you sold a house to G-Man for $1 out of good nature because you just enjoyed his presence as a friend.
Just because I knew him from YouTube. I really enjoyed what he did correcting the doctrine of Black Hebrew Israelite individuals. I liked that content. And I was like, no way, there's not going to be a brother on the street. I can't give him the house for $1. I don't care. Do it. And we, you know.
Yeah, that is something else, man. I would love to buy a house for $1. Well, if you ever get a house again, let me know and I'll give you $1,000 for a house because that was a good deal for G-Man. So G-Man got the house. There was no like scam or it had nothing to do with taxes or anything. You just give him the house for $1.
That's right. And then over time, of course, because of costs of the house, it can become a burden to people because there's bills.
Yeah, there's property taxes for houses. Like in my state, it's not cheap. Like you have a $500,000 house, it's like $6,000-$7,000 a year of property taxes.
Holy shit. Yeah, exactly. And Scranton, just Scranton tax alone, the last time I paid it, and now it's I can't imagine what it is now. But just the city tax was over $3,000 a year. That's like, whoa, that's pretty bad. $3,000 in taxes for just 1 year. That's rough. But, you know, it goes to pay for everything in the city, allegedly. So.
Interesting. That's fascinating. All right. So
I say allegedly.
Are you on good terms with G-Man?
I wouldn't. No. Why?
Why? Well, I don't know the lore between you two at all. Like, I'm completely naive and ignorant to it, and I'm not even being sarcastic here in my tone. Like, I genuinely don't know what's up with that. Like,
okay,
you guys are not close to somebody who you sold a house to for $1.
I know. Things happened. Words were said, hurtful words on both sides. Lies were told, and I just. The possibility of a friendship in my mind is just like I was telling you before. How could I do it? If you know somebody would look at any number of people and lie to their audience directly about you and they know they're lying, how could I be his friend again?
What did G-Man lie to you about or lie about you two on his YouTube channel?
I mean, all the slander about CA, you know, the stuff with the kids, man. Look, we got letters in the mail, and I read them on air. I think it was on Loudmouth Hussey, that interview. I read those letters out live. And
from what, CPS?
Yes. And they said from the start, the CA stuff was unfounded. There was no proof of it, none. So they said, we are not going to bother you with this anymore. You're not going to hear about it again. Because we did a full investigation of both states even. They did a cross-state investigation with Colorado and verified that there was never any evidence of abuse on the boys, ever.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Shani lose custody of her children?
She lost. Okay, which time? Okay, because there's 2 times.
Both. I want to know both.
Okay, in 2012, she lost them because of a self-termination attempt.
Okay.
They were taken away from her for like a year, and then in the meantime, she found my channel, dropped to her knees, and prayed to Christ, and she saw his feet, and she had a very religious, you'd say, experience and found Christ, and said, please, Lord, if you could do one thing, just get me my children back, and they did come back. They did. She got them back.
So she was suicidal, essentially.
Yes.
And that's why she lost them the first time. Why was the second time?
The second time, she didn't lose them the second time. It's not the right way to put it because there was no court involved in it. There was no battle. CPS came to our place in Scranton while we were staying there with G-Man owning the place. And it was no longer a possibility for us to afford feeding the whole household. It became impossible with the amount of money that there was there for EBT card. So it was decided that the best move to make, not just in the food thing, but me being in the household with them now after the Zach thing, that's another issue. And so there were two issues mainly. But the main issue was we couldn't feed the boys correctly anymore.
Okay.
There was not enough money to do it.
I mean, if that's a valid reason to take kids if you can't feed them.
Mm-hmm. It's very valid. But they didn't take them. That's not an accurate way of putting it, because when you take kids from somebody, there's court involved. This was voluntary. The boys said, yeah, we want it. And mom and dad said, mom, reluctantly, she didn't want to give them. She didn't want to say go. But she said yes. I said absolutely. It's the best thing for them. So that's what happened. That's not the kids being taken. It's not.
That's kind of sad, though. Like, that's really sad.
It's horrible. It's horrible, yeah. But it was a consequence of bad action in Colorado. There were times when things were very messed up because of mainly being too high, I would say.
Were you guys ever on food stamps at any point with providing for the kids, or no?
Oh yeah, for years. Yeah, we were on EBT even at the end of Colorado. Shanny signed up for EBT because
how do you get that though if you have like a bunch of money though and you're living in like a place that has like rents 2,000? Like, I don't know. I thought that's for low income.
Well, that's true. But if you got kids, then it could be considered like supplemental nutrition SNAP program.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Right. So it's actually for the kids. So we benefit, of course, because it's food for the household. But the main reason we got it was for the boys. That's the main reason it was cleared. Because they check your bank account.
And yet Shanny ate it all. She took so much. She ate more. Did she? Okay, I have another. Did she ever? Sorry, I'm speaking off the cuff. This is all. I have actually no interview questions. That I have a couple that I wrote out, but like this is going completely off what I originally wanted to do in this video, and I love this. This is all natural and organic. Nothing is scripted here.
That's the way it should be.
When it comes to Shanny, did she ever hoard food from her children? Or did you ever hoard food from the children? Did either of you ever take food and make sure that the kids couldn't have it?
Absolutely not. It was the opposite. Like, when we'd buy stuff, it'd be a day and a half, and half of it was gone. And I started telling them, guys, look, I understand you're hungry, but you can't just eat almost an entire box of Hot Pockets in one sitting. You can't do it.
So that was the kids doing that, not Shanny.
No, Shannon she'd eat a Hot Pocket, one. And then
one Hot Pocket for a whole day?
No, not for the whole day. No. But she had her own stuff that she'd usually keep by herself, like chips and stuff and cookies. She has a thing with hoarding food near her wherever she's at. That's a thing with her.
You just said she didn't hoard food and keep it from the kids, and now you're saying that she has an issue of hoarding.
Not from the kids. No, she wasn't hoarding it from the kids, Rep. No. She just has it for herself. She'll have a thing of cookies that she's knowingly buying that are going to be hers, and she keeps them by her bed. That's a thing for her.
And the kids never came in and like took her own cookies or anything like that?
Oh no, they wouldn't. They got their own. They had their own tons of snacks and everything. Like, we got the vast majority of the food money was spent on stuff going in their mouth because they needed it. They're grown kids. They couldn't survive if they weren't eating the type of food that they were eating. Like, they had they had to have calories. And that, but I'm telling you, that's the reason that they had to go, because the EBT card just could not cover it. It like half a thing of Hot Pockets, and it's gone, and that's like a $20 box. So then you go back and get another $20 box, and by the end of the month, you're definitely at zero. And it's not the end of the month; it's like mid-month, you're out of money, and there's no food. So that was unacceptable to do to the kids. That's complete. That I saw it that way.
In my brain, something just doesn't like. I don't know. She has 2 kids or 3?
2.
2
boys.
Zachary and what's the other name?
Will.
Will.
Yeah, okay. That's William, but he goes by Will. You know.
I don't know. It's just I have a hard time making sense of that. And food.
Well, did Shani eat? Yeah. She ate. Look at her. She kept the weight that she had on her.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
she ate, sure. But was she keeping food from the boys? Absolutely not. That's not accurate. No. They had lots of food, but it wasn't enough for them.
Did she ever keep anything from the kids?
I mean, maybe if there was a candy or something that she knew they'd go through in one sitting, she might dole it out to them, instead of letting them have the whole bag and go through it in like 10 minutes. You know?
I guess. I don't know. I've seen a lot of Shani, and in the past when I've seen her, because back when she would stream and the kids were in the background and stuff, I remember seeing stuff of her being pretty aggressive around food, almost like a dog and like food. And maybe I'm misremembering, but I remember Shannon being aggressive, like having food aggression.
Well, I would say that there are certain times that I would agree with you completely. There were times like, let's say if it was a food item that she was really into, she would kind of look at, like if I had an item that she really would want, I could feel her eyes going, oh. But I think a lot of couples are like that, Rep. You know, like the husband gets something the wife actually wanted, or vice versa.
Yeah, it's like when you go to a restaurant and you have a plate of fries, and the girl's like, "I want a taste of your fries."
Exactly.
And off your plate. Yeah, no, I gotcha.
I think that's normal. But let's say a couple times it was kind of like ravenous, like, "Oh shit, I want that." It's like, all right, Shani, let's take my plate and I'll take yours. That's cool. You know?
Okay, I'm gonna throw a question, really like a twister here, and it's about you. It's for you directly, and it's about you and Shani. Do you think that you have Stockholm syndrome when it comes to Shani?
I did.
You did.
I absolutely was in a mind prison, Rep. Yeah. I was thinking that this was God's will for my life, to take care of this person that gave up on her own life, and it's just my lot. I'm supposed to take care of her until death, do us part, and not even marry after. She wanted to make sure, when I die, Jason, please don't get with another woman. She wanted to make sure of that. I said, okay, honey, I'll try and honor that. I guess Christ will want me to. But, holy shit, dude. When I went to rehab the first time, and I got professionals telling me what was in front of my face, but I couldn't see it. It was probably the most amazing experience I've ever had in my life, because it was like literally I was going back in my mind and I relived all these things that I had lived with her. And I was like, oh my God, that wasn't normal. This treatment, this whole time, this weird treatment of, oh, you're cheating, you're doing this, you're putting all this shit on my shoulders that was not true, and she knew it wasn't. Zero proof of any of it. It all came together in my brain at once, and I said, holy shit, I was with a narcissist. And I was Stockholm Syndrome, mainly using God, saying, if you leave me, Christ will eviscerate you. She would say that all the time. And I just don't believe in a Christ like that, Rep. I don't believe he's like that. Because I got a dream, and the dream was, look, if you stay with this woman, You did your time. If you stay, you're going to die. You're going to die. You're just going to collapse on the sidewalk with a heart attack. My dad dropped dead from a heart attack at 47. So I'm not too far off from that, Rep.
What about your mom?
She passed away January 2012 from metastatic breast cancer that went to her bones and horrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a close relationship with your mother?
Oh, my God. She was literally my world. So I took care of her to death with that, and it was, whoa. But I'm glad I did, because it's very rewarding to be there with the person you love while they pass away like that. But yeah, it is what it is. But I was very vulnerable, and I'm going to tell you, I gave a lot of shit away. I gave a lot of money away. I was very reckless like that. But I've been told that can happen with people that sort of, you say, shut-in type, only child syndrome type kids. When they lose their parent like that, the last one, they can be real reckless and just start giving shit away. Like it's a case that conservatorships might be a good idea for some people, because the reckless behavior can, yeah, it's a thing.
Did you ever have a close relationship with your dad? Who was you closer with, your mom or your dad growing up?
Well, my dad died when I was 7, so
okay.
I knew him, but to know him as like an adult, no. I loved him. I'll say that. He was a good dad for the time he was in my life, but he died when I was 7. So, yeah.
We have a super chat question for you from Jenny. She asks, Rev, Jason, what do you take responsibility for in your relationship with Shani? And I think that's a very good question.
That's a broad question, but...
well, like, there's things that... How do I say this? So, like, when you're in a toxic relationship with somebody, right?
Yeah.
And you are with them, we as partners, people in general, typically will enable bad behavior from their partner. Mm-hmm. And when they do bad behavior, but because we're in a relationship where our eyes are blinded, right, we pretty much implicate ourselves in situations where we're also contributing to the enablement of what they're doing and their behavior.
Sure.
Whether we want to or not. So we're also partially guilty of enabling them, and then you're also participating with them and defending them from things that they've done that would be considered wrong. So I
can't argue.
What she's asking here is, like, what do you take responsibility for in terms of fuck-ups, bad things that Shani did? What do you take responsibility for that?
Boy. There were certain times that I defended her for things that I clearly was not okay with in my heart, but I was like, I'm with her, so I should defend her. I would say, like, and my behavior's with it bad too, but the N-word, that's stuff that never should have happened, because we were well aware of the cultural implications in the years we used it. We used that word in a certain way.
So you and her both used, like, the N-word, like, regularly?
Not regularly. No, I wouldn't put it that way. But there were a couple occasions where tempers were really flared with certain people, and that word was used. And I definitely regret ever being like, well, you should get over it or whatever. No.
Was it hard R or ending in A?
No, hard R.
Both of you? When you guys got both of you. Okay. See, this is new. I didn't know that.
We're both guilty of that. Yep. And geez. You know, the stuff with her family, I should have just probably not had any words to say about her family, because why should I believe her end of the story without being sure that that's the case? I should remain neutral on her family issues and not talk about her family, really. I took her side on her family issues. So I kind of regret that now. knowing what I know now.
You kind of regret it, or you regret it?
No, I'd say I regret it. Yeah, fully. Because with the type of person she is now that I really understand without her having that mask on, I see the real her. She's willing to throw anybody under the bus as soon as she feels like they should be under the bus. She's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So why should I believe her stories about her family? There's good reason to believe it's possibly not true stuff. So that's another regret I would have, like taking her side on her family issues, because I don't know.
I think this is a perfect segue to watch the video of her mother. So Rev has not seen this video. I've only watched 10 minutes of it. What we're going to do now is we're going to swap, hopefully this works, to this. Hello, new angle, new position. So Shanny for Christ's mom tells the real story. This was uploaded and was up for less than, I think it was 3 days. However, the internet does what it does. And we're going to watch this and live. I want to hear Jason's commentary to this particular video that he is just correct. You've never seen this video, correct?
That's absolutely correct. Yep. I could not bring myself to watch it because I figured there was going to be stuff in here that I didn't want to know while I was with her. So let's go.
Yep. I'm going to ask questions as this goes, just because, and again, this is all unscripted. So here we go.
See if this thing is
Can you
working.
Hear that okay?
Hi. Okay, I wasn't going to do this, but I watched Chris's videos. This is concerning Shanny for Christ. I watched Chris's videos, and I just think that it's about time that I get my side of the story out for a change.
Question: did Chris have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, he has one now.
Does he still like publish on it regularly or no?
Not regularly, but it's out there. It's called like Odd Irrelevancy, I believe. That's his channel name.
Okay.
I subbed him again recently to see if he does something, but yeah, he hasn't been around for like, I think 3 months. So.
All right.
Because I noticed that Jason has been making comments about things he doesn't even understand or know about. But first of all, I just want to say to Chris that, yeah, you screwed up some things, but you were a good father. And I just want you to know that. Before you came along, Zachary didn't smile much. I mean, he didn't respond to people. And those boys really loved you. Zachary especially, but it was like the light turned on when you came into his life. And I just want you to know that. Nobody should ever question what a good father you were. You were a good provider, too. You did the best you could. I mean, I know you don't make that much money, but you did the best you could. And she sat there year after year, getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And wouldn't work.
All right, question for you. In the time that you knew Shanny, okay, did she ever work a job?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, what jobs would those be?
To my knowledge, it was like she was never a CNA, but she was a nurse's assistant. So it was usually in like group homes.
And you saw her work this job?
I saw her drive there every morning, early. Okay.
And she was in like her normal like a
like scrub deal. Yeah. Yep. So I was just gonna say, Betty saying this is I'm kind of like, okay. Why would she lie though? That's the question. Why would she lie?
Are you saying that her mom's lying about her? About Shanny not working a job?
In the years that I knew her, which was like 12, 14, in that region, that's when I really knew her as a friend. She was working consistent jobs, definitely, because she was barely ever online. She was either taking care of the boys or working. That's the truth. Now, that's only 2 years, though, Rep.
So is this after you guys met each other or before?
Well, obviously after.
Why would she work though if you have 750,000? You guys made that much money?
No, Rep. From the years 2012 to 2014. This is 3 years. 2014 is 3 years before we got together.
Oh, so you guys knew each other before you ever got together?
Yeah, 2012 on my YouTube channel. Yeah.
So it's way more than 8 years then. In total. Am I just being really bad at math?
That we knew each other. Yeah, but not together. She was with Chris.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, sorry.
And when she was with Chris, you knew her as somebody who was working.
Absolutely, yeah. Like all the time. She was either working or she was taking care of the kids. That's how I knew it. That's what I saw, you know.
All right, let's keep going.
I understand that. But I just needed to thank you for being a part in the boys' lives. Shannon has told you many things. I tried to warn you. Her father and I tried to warn you about her before, but of course you wouldn't listen. She was your wife. I understand that. Jason's not going to listen either. He's going to have to find out the hard way. But nobody's abused Shannon, okay? That is her MO. She uses that with everybody. She did it with Douglas. She's done it with you. She's done it with her sister, her brothers. Everybody in her life has always treated her this way, and this is why she's so crazy. I mean, it covers for her mental illness. And she knows she's mentally ill, and she knows what she's supposed to do to help that mental illness, but she chooses not to. She chooses to use it as an excuse to do what she does. And I don't have to explain what she does. I mean, she makes these outrageous videos all the time. She's always crying and carrying on and always, you know, always something negative. Since she was 16 years old, I don't want to say her entire life because she was a beautiful child. You know, I mean, she really was a very beautiful child and happy girl. She used to sing and she dreamed of going to Paris. And I noticed the picture in the back of the Eiffel Tower. And that reminds me of Shannon, the little Shannon, when my daughter. But something happened along the way. I know what happened. I think you know what happened, Chris, to her. And it you know, it was unfortunate that she went through what she went through when she was 16 years old, but it somehow changed her. And ever since then, she has blamed everybody else for all the screw-ups that she makes in her life. She uses it as an excuse that, except when it comes to what happened when she was 16 years old. And I'm not going to talk about it here because it was traumatic what happened to her.
I have do you know what this is in reference to? What? One second. Your mic just went like crazy. Let me unmute you for a second. No, there's like some crazy static coming from your. that was I don't. Can you like unplug your mic and then replug it in or something? Sorry, that fucking scared me. Okay, you're good. You're good?
We're good now?
Oh my God. Yeah. Dude, you literally I don't know what the fuck just happened, but yeah, you're good now.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, do you know what that would be referencing to?
Yes, I do. It was an SRA, as they call it.
An SRA.
I'll use I'll use the word or the phrase satanic ritual abuse.
Okay. Satanic ritual abuse.
Yeah, it was a, let's say, sexual act with a large knife. And I probably shouldn't go any further than...
Yeah, that's good. That's a satanic ritual.
SRA. That's, yeah. It had all the elements. Her sister... This is the story she told me.
Yeah, I want to hear the story that she told you.
Her sister introduced her to a coven of Satanists and said, it's a good idea. They're pretty cool people. You'll have fun with them, so you should go hang out with them. And she did. And she was gang-ard. And it was a ritual, like they were a satanic coven. So, but it involved a large knife and a really disgusting-looking guy and more people. It was a gang-R. That's what happened. That's what she told me.
That's what she told you?
Yeah.
Do you think that could be potentially, like...
embellished? Like
no. Like, so yeah, dramatized. Well, like I would say they add things to it. So let's just say, like hypothetically, an essay, like they were sexually assaulted, right? It's a really traumatic thing where now they take that situation and they completely turn it into something that it wasn't in order to garner. I don't want to say garner, maybe that's the wrong word, but like to change the situation to what actually happened in order to enable their current bad behavior on why they are. What the mom's basically saying, that once a situation happens, she uses this to justify forever. Like, this is the way that I am is because this happened and I'm not going to take this proper steps to get help.
Sure.
Right.
You know, I don't know what else I'd say to this one because I can't know truly what's in her mind. I can only tell you what she's told me. And if it's false, it's false. I can't know, really. But I can tell you what she told me. And that's what I'll do. I'll tell you the truth of what she told me. I don't think she'd lie about it, man.
Well, I'm not claiming that she'd lie about it. I'm just saying that she, I don't know, the drama to the satanic ritual. I mean, it's just hard to believe that like that specific story is just wild to me. Like would ritual, like, and it was through her sister luring her into a satanic ritual.
I don't think that she would. I don't think she would even use the word lure into. No, she literally was just like, there are a crew of cool people. Go hang out with them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because, yeah, Satanist parties can be fun as shit. Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's continue watching what our mom has to say.
Okay.
And I have to say, as bad as this sounds, something inside of me tells me that maybe it didn't happen the way she said it happened.
Oh, there we go.
But something had to have happened for her to have turned out as she has. She has crashed and burned just about every single relationship in her life. And I'm not going to keep this video up for very long. I just want to be able to make my side of the story and make things clear. She's got people like Miss Star and a couple of people that, you know, feel really sorry for her, but they don't realize how much she has affected everybody in her life. I mean, every one of her siblings and both of her parents have helped her out over and over and over again. And she walks all over them. She crashes and burns her bridges behind her. This is the last time that my husband and I are ever going to be able to help her again. I mean, she nearly destroyed us during this last stay when you and her broke up. She's got Jason believing that there was abuse. There was no abuse going on whatsoever. We bought her clothes. We bought her makeup. We bought her, she got to use her father's car every single day. Even when she wasn't working, she got to use her father's car, his truck.
Okay, so she did work a job at one point.
We got an SUV that her father used at that time.
She was working most of the time.
So, I mean, she had a way to work, but she wanted to lay in bed for months. She got fired from her first job for making videos on YouTube.
That was
okay.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that was a bad move she made. I guess she was kind of going through medication lists or something like that. It was personal.
I don't want to hear her excuse. No offense.
And she was live streaming it, so boom, you're gone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, most places would fire you for that.
Yep.
And she knows she had. I got to blow my nose. I'm sorry. I feel like crying right now. But she knows that she had to take care of her children. She doesn't do that. She expects everybody else to take care of them. That's her thing. So she got fired from her first job. She laid up in the bed for months doing nothing but drinking alcohol and crying all the time, making everybody miserable. Mostly what she was crying about was because Jason wasn't fully her boyfriend at the time. This is why I couldn't believe, when she finally did get him. I couldn't believe it when she finally did. But she said that she wanted him because he was a millionaire.
Well,
this is the truth. She wanted him because he was a millionaire and she knew she wouldn't have to work anymore. Wow. And that she could just lay around eating.
Okay, is this the first time you've heard that?
Yeah. And I don't think I believe her.
You don't think you believe the mom?
I don't think I believe Betty, no.
Why?
I have no reason to believe that Shannon felt that way. She chose me for different reasons. It was spiritual shit.
Do you really think that, though? Like, in your heart, do you really think that Shanny chose you for spiritual reasons? Yeah, even knowing all the stuff that you know and all the stuff that she's done towards you, you really wouldn't put it, like, come on, Jason, let's be real. Like, wouldn't put it past her to want to use you for money?
Yeah.
To use you?
No, that's how it looks now to me. But that's something that's, I think
obviously, during the moment when you were meeting her, when you first met her, you wouldn't think that. But I'm saying now that you're out of the relationship, right?
Yeah.
You have the mom here, and you're saying that you don't believe her at all.
You have to understand that I have a certain image of Betty in my mind that's still there. And
what image is that?
She was a horrible, abusive mother to Shannon.
Yeah, but you have already said yourself that Shanny accuses you of abuse all the time. So why wouldn't she lie about her own mom?
There you go. I can't know. I can't know these things. I wasn't in her life.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm saying, do you think, because you don't know that, I think that gives you more credence to doubt anything that Shanny ever told you about her mother, is what I'm trying to get at.
That's fair enough. Yeah. I saw her mother, though, be pretty not nice to her and got physical with her in the house. Like trying to rip her headphones off of her. It was kind of weird. But the overall relationship with those two, I'm not a good source on, because she was already completely ostracized from her family before I was even with her. So I can't really know the truths of her dynamic with her entire family. I can't tell you. Is it possible that she's lied about the majority of stuff? Yeah, it's totally possible.
And you don't think that, like, she would lie to you about all that too?
She absolutely, sure. Why not? There's no way, after what I've realized fully that she's capable of now, which has taken a guy that was just wiping her butt and helping her as much as I can, turning me into a PDF file and a R-word person. Like,
okay, so my question is then, what reason do you think that Betty would lie about her daughter then? Like what is to gain from that?
If she was an actual abusive mother.
Okay.
She would do that. But I don't know. What I can tell you is what Shani has told me. And the behavior that I've seen from Betty was a little weird at times. Yeah.
Well, I was ripping somebody's headphones off somebody's head. I would not label a parent just abusive based on that personally. But I don't know. No, let's get back to Betty.
Okay.
But she will never be able to give up wanting negative attention. She thrives on negative attention. She has done this since she was 16 years old. There always has to be some kind of turmoil in her life. And if she doesn't have turmoil, she will create turmoil.
I've seen
just to get people to feel sorry for her for some reason. And then those people that feel sorry for her, then she craps on them.
Yeah.
Afterwards. And I think a lot of people...
I've seen her do that to you.
Absolutely true.
I've seen her do that with almost every single person who's ever been kind to her.
I think you're correct. Yep. I have to agree.
A lot of you...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say very self-destructive behavior. That's what it is. Morbidly so.
YouTubers and from the Christian community have experienced that with her. You figured that out the hard way, like the rest of us. So now, getting back to me and my husband, let me just tell you, while she stayed here, she did nothing but sleep in the bed all the time. You know, we did everything we could to provide. I told her, I said, Dad, her father had just had his knees replaced, and living on blood. He's still taking blood thinners. I mean, it's only been since October that he had his knees replaced. And the first thing she did when he came home from the hospital is walk right into his knee and didn't say anything about it. Went outside to smoke her cigarettes. She was mad at me because she couldn't smoke in my house, knowing that I have a heart condition. She had to go outside to smoke, even though it was my home, you know. I couldn't be around smoke. I can't be around things like that.
That's some crazy motherfucking entitlement.
Yeah.
That's some crazy entitlement.
She should have never felt like, oh, I should be able to smoke underneath your roof. That's crazy. If the person, especially if she's asthmatic, my God, you know, that's ridiculous. Once again, I'm not going to say objectively for myself if I believe Betty or not, because I still have to rehabilitate my image of her in my mind from what Shani told me about her.
Yeah, but from all the abuse and stuff that Shani has done towards you,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, it's really hard for me to understand, like, why you wouldn't be in more favor of what her mother is saying in this.
Oh, I'm
actually a little surprised that you're not as agreeable with her due to the fact now that you're out of the relationship.
No, I'm telling you, I'm changing.
Your perspective of Betty is changing.
Yes, because I fully see Shannon with her mask off, and Betty literally said that day will come, and she said it right in the beginning of the video, like Jason's going to find out, and I did. So am I inclined to believe her 100% now? Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I just want to make sure. I just don't want you to look. There's been a couple moments in this interview so far where, like, I feel like you've defended Shani, and I'm just kind of like, wow. I don't know if you should be really defending her, but
no, I wouldn't call it defending. I don't want to go full scorched earth on her because
why not though? See that why not? Why not go? You have somebody who's called you a PDF file.
I know.
So why, if that's not true, whether I don't know what is or isn't true, I don't care at this current conversation that we're having.
Not.
Why would you defend somebody who has said such vitriolic, untrue things about you.
Well, like I said, I'm not going to defend her. What I'm going to do is not put her on blast because I want to be above that.
Okay.
I really do.
So it's a moral high ground thing.
Sorta. Yeah. I'm not going to call her a PDF file. I'm not going to call her well, she has actually abused me now.
I mean, come on, dude. She was arrested for domestic violence towards you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean that she did put me through something like that. She threw me through something like that. I didn't even tell the cops that. I hid that from them. What she got taken away from was basically going, right when the cops came in the door, keep that guy away from me. I'm going to K-word him. I'm going to kick him. That's why she went to jail. She handed it to them on a silver platter. Yeah, you're the one going. You said you want to off that guy.
All right, let me ask a question here. Mm-hmm. If I don't know how long somebody stays 302'd, if right now she was released,
right,
would you let her come back in that house and live with you?
No chance in hell. No way. I would immediately call the cops and tell them, look, you know how much you've been here. Do you want to come back again? You got to do something with this woman. She's psychotic, and they keep letting her out. So if she shows up at that door, it's going to remain locked, and I'm calling 911.
No, keep the door locked. Absolutely keep the door locked. Mm-hmm. Because if you let her come back in, the internet's going to have a heyday with you, man. And then you're going to lose any sort of charitability that people have attempted to try to give to you in regards to getting rid of her.
And I would agree with it, Rep. They should leave me for support because it would show that I'm not willing to fully do what needs to be done with the situation, which is getting her out for good. And that is where I'm at.
What about the house being condemned, though? I'm confused about that.
I got to be out on Wednesday, dude.
Coming Wednesday?
Yes. I'm in my phone talking to a lot of people. Trust me.
So about the condemned thing. So I didn't watch your full video. I heard that it was condemned. So there's like an officer just come into the house and be like, we're shutting you down, or you have to move out of the house? Like, no. Then how is the house condemned?
It was the county inspector. And the reason that it was done is because the first floor bathroom is really messed up. And there's a handicapped person that has a domicile here. That's like nearly illegal because, according to like HIPAA type stuff, this is healthcare.
Are you when you say just handicap, you're referring to Shani?
Yes,
she's not handicapped though. Come on, I saw her run up your stairs, bro. I saw the fucking Titan.
She's
ogre.
Been masking. Yes, she masks, and she's capable of way more than she lets anybody know. And her healthcare coordinator knows about that. Okay? When I talked to her healthcare coordinator, because she spoke with me because I was her caregiver, officially making money doing it, she confided in me that she suspected that Shani was narcissistically abusing me. She said, I suspected that was the case the whole time with you. I found that real interesting. That the healthcare professional saw it, even.
So the house is being condemned because of the toilet issue. The toilet, bottom.
Yes, that's the main issue. But this house has multiple issues. It's old, and my uncle has to save up some money.
Did the house that you're in right now, does that have a second bathroom?
Mm-hmm. Right here.
Upstairs?
Yep, right here, right next to me.
Wait, so correct. So you're telling me that Shani, because I saw the clip of her running up the steps, right? Like boom, 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 boom.
I know what you're getting to right now. Go ahead, yeah.
She never she shit in a bucket in your bottom stairs rather than just walk up the steps and use the actual bathroom that is working.
Correct. Why? Victimhood.
I mean, yes, absolutely.
And she's forcing me to dump her shit. So that's Double your pleasure.
Somebody donated $2. What is this? Sorry, it's going really fast. Handicap, she charged at you like a linebacker.
Oh my God, that was insane. Holy
yeah, and then
shit.
she sat on the bed, and then period blood came out on the bed because she's not taking care of herself.
That was really gross. But yeah, Gragan, she's just dry, or what's it called? Free bleeding everywhere. It was gross. I was finding pools of blood on the floor. It's like she was it was like she was bleeding out, bro. I don't know, man. It was very whoa.
Yeah, free bleeding is disgusting, and any woman who free bleeds like that you're crazy, certifiably fucking crazy. That is,
it's not.
There's nothing wrong with periods, but like free bleeding and just like
it goes everywhere. I mean, everywhere, and it's really weird that she just gave up. She gave up on life.
So
man.
if Shani, if you said that she was handicapped, she's not, but like,
she's not.
Did she ever get any sort of disability checks or any sort of thing? Because like
she's never been certified disabled. No.
Okay.
And
there we go. Because that's crazy. Because she for years she claims that she's disabled, handicapped, all this shit.
I'm glad this got brought up. I want to clarify this because I was wrong. Okay. I was stating to people that she was certified disabled by this caregiver thing. Not true. She was not certified disabled. She was certified to get services. That's okay, not the same.
That does make sense a little bit.
Yeah. That's the correct language.
And what services would those be?
In-home caregiver, i.e. me. The bucket coordinator. The bucket coordinator. Me.
This man was picking up her shit.
You got
Where were you taking the bucket of piss and shit?
Right here. Dumping it down the toilet. Getting some bleached out. Scrubbing. That's what I did. That's my job, really. It's okay.
So you took the bucket from downstairs with poop and pee and brought it up the stairs.
Yes.
Dude.
Correct. That was my life.
That is something else, man.
Mm-hmm. That was my life for quite a while. While her being like, well, you're a cheating piece of shit. Like, you're just dog shit. Wow. Thanks, Shan. You know, I wasn't, but okay. Whatever.
What do we call that? Like, if you have somebody who's like saying all these untrue things about you and you're still picking up their poop, what are you accomplishing by that?
Nothing.
You're just enabling her to treat you poorly, and then you're like almost making yourself out to be a poop cuck. Poopy cuck.
You're literally. Oh my God, that's a shirt. Poopy cuck. That's merch. Rep, that's merch, dude. Like, whoa, poopy cuck. Wow. You could put my face on it. You know what I mean? Poopy cuck.
I don't think that would not sell. So sorry. Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever shirts you want, but I ain't going down that route.
That's fine. My stores always get shut down because trolls flag them, saying I'm a fraudster. So whatever.
All right, let's get back to the mom video.
All right, here we go.
But she laid up in that room drinking every night, and let me tell you, before she even got settled in, the deal was that she was going to get a job and she was going to help out with the utilities because we were paying double the electricity, double our water bill. Our water bill was more than double at times because the boys and her used to take really long showers and whatnot. So all of our utilities, were costing us extra, except for cable, of course, because we kept the internet on. We don't have cable. We have just internet. And to save money. I mean, my husband's 62 years old. He's getting ready to retire. We're just an older couple, going through a lot of health problems right now. But she didn't respect that either. She told Jason that all I ever wanted was to get money from her. And it's like, Yeah, you know what? You have to pay for your way. You can't just expect people to support you for the rest of your life. We couldn't do it. We couldn't financially do it, and it was starting to cripple us. We both have a lot of medical bills. I had 2 heart surgeries. I had abdominal surgery just before Shannon came. And I was rapidly losing weight at the time. I'm much better now, but I was like going down to skin and bones for a while there because I was so sick after my abdominal surgery. I ended up with a bacteria and had to go on antibiotics. And I mean, it was just terrible. Meanwhile, putting up with her stuff, with the crying every night and drinking every night and smoking weed with her kids in the house, terrified that. And then she'd invite people over. This one homeless guy, and
Gene.
She'd invite him over.
Say that. You said, who was that? Gene?
Yeah, his name is Gene. She told me some stories about him, and like we were together at the time, and he was like, "Could I touch your tits and shit?" Just a gross individual.
And that's who she would invite over to her house, or her parents' house?
Yeah, why? Ew. And it's her parents' house. There's no
it's crazy disrespectful. It's like if you live under. I grew up really religious and like evangelical Christian, so like my parents, everything had to go through them. If I wanted a friend to come over for a day, I had to ask my mom and dad, and it's a whole process. And I just like you're under your parents' house, so you need to abide by their rules. I don't think that's really should be a really controversial thing.
Not at all. Not at all. Ugh.
Over. And all he was actually a meth addict. I know that you didn't do meth, Chris. I'm positive about that. That's not your thing. I'm sorry you had to go through what you had to go through. I really am. We tried to warn.
Also, can you put your microphone a little closer to you? So you're a little louder.
All right, got you.
Much better. Thank you.
Warn you?
All right, sure.
But you didn't listen. But anyway, that's water under the bridge now. I don't want to make you feel bad, but you're doing the right thing. It's time for you to just move on with your life and just put her aside. As far as Jason goes, he has threatened my husband. He said he threatened a 62-year-old man on blood thinners with 2 knees just replaced that he'd come over and punch him in the face.
Is that true?
No.
You never threatened him?
No, I never threatened to punch him in the face. No. Me and my buddy Phil were on the phone with the father once, trying to make him understand that some of Betty's behaviors towards Shannon were weird. And they were, and sort of abusive sounding. So we talked to him about that, but I never said I'd punch him in the face or nothing. No. I don't know. So
there's no like video or clip of you ever on the internet saying that.
No way, no.
Okay.
I would have never done that. Like, yeah, he's a 62-year-old man. There's zero chance I would say that to a guy like that. That's ridiculous. And he was technically my father-in-law. That's the way I saw him. So no.
Okay.
And now he's doing this boxing video, like he's going to hit you. I mean, what an asshole. This is a man of God.
I don't know what the hell she's talking about, man.
You know, the only justice.
You don't know what she's talking about? What video or anything?
I don't have a clue what she's talking about, Rep. I mean, was she looking at videos that other people were making? Because I don't know I never made a boxing video. What is she talking about? I don't know, dude.
Somebody says that your merch was taken down because you made a shirt that says, "I have a baby carrot." Is that true?
No, I never made a shirt that says I have a baby carrot. No.
No? Okay. I don't know. That's just what somebody said.
That Jason's going to find out on his own what she's all about.
I did.
When somebody gets married, they're supposed to be focused on their husband, their new husband. They're in love. They're supposed to be happy, and she has kids too. She's supposed to be focusing on them. But no, she's got to make videos about her ex-husband.
Yeah.
8 months after you've been divorced. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been talking about
But
Chris.
that's Shannon's MO. This is what Shannon does, and she does it well. She destroyed Doug the same way. Doug and his mother were abusive. His mother, actually her first husband, the father of her children, because I know a lot of people think that you were the boy's biological father, which he's not.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know Chris was not the biological father. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew he wasn't. Yeah.
Huh.
So a prior marriage that ended in 2000.
Is that Douglas? Is that the name Douglas? Is that who that is?
Yeah, Douglas Gaddis is his name. Gattis. And if you look him up on Facebook, he's in either North Carolina or South Carolina, and he was put away for meth dealing. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's rough.
Anyway, the father of her children's mother had multiple myeloma. And Shannon did nothing but make her life a living hell. The woman had to stay in her bedroom all the time. I finally got fed up with it. I'm going to be honest with you. I finally got fed up with it. And I said, this is it. I can't put up with this anymore. I tried to ask her to get things cleaned up. Let me tell you something. My husband gave up the bedroom to sleep in the spare room in a smaller bed, and I slept on the couch downstairs the whole time she was here. So they could have the master bedroom. And that master bedroom, a stench started coming out of it. And when I opened the door, it was at least 2 feet deep, full of garbage, food, clothing, God knows what else was in there. Urine. We found urine in a container. And William lied about it. And she says, William never lies. Well, William does lie.
Yeah, he does.
Kids lie.
Kids lie.
Kids absolutely do lie. It is the thing that happens.
The one who was spanking him because he lied about the urine. But it was spilt all over the floor. It took us weeks to get that. Oh, it's been 3 months since she's been gone, maybe more. Well, let's see. It was Christmas Eve when the cops got her out.
See, the cops got her out of their house.
What? I didn't know that.
That's wild. That's Shanny stench, man. It's just like invading everything. This is actually disgusting. The fact that fucking Shanny would made her mom and dad sleep in depth, like that is crazy. You can't convince me that this mom and dad, Shanny's parents, weren't good people simply based on the fact they are willing to give their sleeping position, 60 and a 70-year-old, to have their daughter sleep in their bed.
That's very fair statement.
That is a parent's love. That is parents' love. Even for a child of their own blood to be as horrible as they are. Like, that's fucked up.
I can't disagree with anything you're saying. Wow.
And the cops know us, by the way. The police in Duluth know my husband and I. They know her, too, all too well, because they're constantly had calls for her in the past. You know, she lost her kids. If it wasn't for Chris, she wouldn't have those kids right now. And that's the truth. He is telling the truth on that.
Do you know what that would be referencing? What he's saying there?
Yes, I do. I think part of the agreement of her getting the kids back was that, like, Chris was a stability, a force of stability. So the main reason probably they let her kids go back was because he was in the picture. I could believe that, you know.
Yeah, no, that is a thing sometimes they do.
That makes sense to me.
Stepdads and the bio dads and stepdads, they will make exceptions to stuff like that of giving kids back. Not always the best decision, but unfortunately, the CPS system is crazy fucking corrupt.
Whew.
Now, I don't know why you had that relationship with what's his name's girlfriend.
Wait, so just pausing it here. So you told me that the two times that the kids. So this is actually more than two then, because earlier we were talking about, you said two, so this would be 3 times that she lost her kids.
Well, I'm trying to understand. Is she going to get into the reason?
I don't know. This again. Let's continue watching. Sorry.
Let's just check it out.
You know, I don't know why you did that. Maybe, but I'm not going to judge you.
No, wait,
for
Rep.
it.
I know.
This
is 2012. She's talking about 2012 when she tried to when she tried to eat the bullet, you know. That's what she's talking about. And then she met Chris in that interim period. And I think what triggered her self-termination thing was he was going to break up with her. Yeah.
So not aliving yourself because somebody wants to break up with you.
Narc shit. Yeah. Narcissist shit, man.
I wouldn't put a surprise her. I mean, we saw her just a couple of days ago try to cut herself with scissors.
You guys saw that?
Well, no, you saw that, but
yeah, I did.
I believe it.
Wait, how did you see it? I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm not going to. I mean, you went through hell with her. But all I know is that her husband has made threats about us. He's even kind of poked a stick in her. It poked the anthill about, what about what your parents did to you? What about your mother? Well, the only thing he heard was the day.
Yeah, I was just saying that because, I felt for Shannon. She told me that her family was horribly abusive. So I was standing up for her. Yeah. That's what I was doing.
That makes sense. I do understand that perspective of like defending your partner, but you know, in hindsight, eventually you have to get to the point where like, I was wrong to defend my partner.
I will say
X,
that.
Y, and Z.
I will say that today. I admit it. I was wrong.
Day that she had her headphones on, and I went in and I pulled them off her head and I pulled her hair a little bit. I didn't like yank it off or anything like that. She wouldn't listen to me. I was trying to get her to clean that room up. I'm telling you, the stench was horrible. No one should live like that.
Okay, see now given this and what you said earlier, the context makes way more sense about the headphones thing. I've been a step parent before, and kids can be very, very frustrating. So like trying to grab a headset off a kid's, you know,
sure,
kid's not listening, you grab the headset off of them. But of course, Shannon would probably try to make that out to be something that really didn't happen, like hurting her.
She made it way bigger than it was.
Like she ripped my headphones off and slapped me across the face and kicked, like, dramatized.
Yep.
And she was like,
she did do that.
You know, like she usually does. You see her on the videos.
No, she still did. She did that just a couple days ago before she got fucking 302'd.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, it's a pattern.
And I was done with it after that. I was like, that's it. You're getting the hell out of here. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I shouldn't have to. My blood pressure was sky high. It took me a good 2 months to get my blood pressure down after her staying here.
Wow.
The doctor was even like, you can't do this. You know, I had 2 heart surgeries. I have a pacemaker defibrillator over here. I have a portacath over here. You know, I mean.
Wow.
I'm getting worked up. This is why I didn't want to make this video, but I think I deserve to be able to tell my side of the story too.
Yeah.
All the rest of this aside, the police came over to the house and they made her leave. William said that I threatened to kill him.
Yeah, I heard
when
that.
The police were over at the house.
Yep.
And texted his mother that, which was William being an asshole. Being a little asshole. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. He was being a little asshole. Just like he did the time he pissed all over the floor in his grandfather's room.
Jesus. I didn't know about that.
I was a pediatric nurse for almost 37 years of my life. I would never tell a child I'm going to kill them. I would never do that, and especially my grandsons.
No, I'm sorry. I believe her. Like, I can just hear it in her voice. This is.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, and I know William lies. So I would agree with her. I'm really starting to understand how much of a level I was deceived now. And that's starting to process in my mind, and it's like, yeah, okay. I think I get it now. Pretty sure I'm starting to get it.
It's gonna continue to process, because when you're out of situations like that, you are able to process it, because when you're living in it, you're not able to. You're not really ever able to fully step away and look at things from a different perspective until that person is gone.
Right. And that's why I fully believe that I was what you call Stockholm syndrome. She had physical violence on me multiple times, which I covered up. And it led to her just thinking that she can get away with it. And that's where I was at. At the end of this, like what happened in my grandmother's room was insane. And I don't want to be anywhere near her ever again after seeing that shit. I can't fully disclose what happened in that room because the cops said you probably shouldn't. There's some details of that I can't go into. But what happened in that room, Repsian, was scary, bro. She was like a full-on psychotic that you'd see in a movie. Nude. Sitting at the base of the door with her back to it saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here with you in this room, and we're going to stay here all day. I said, Shannon, you got to get up, man. People are going to try and call me, and if they can't get in contact with me, they're going to call the cops again. But I can't go into any more details on that. It was crazy.
Well, she's 302. That's what really matters at this moment. She's not there.
Hallelujah, yeah.
That doesn't matter. Shannon gets away with saying whatever she wants to people and getting them all riled up and worked up. I mean, hell, even while she was here and she wasn't doing well on getting the noose around Jason's neck, she was flirting with G-Man.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Oh, yeah. She said that it was basically not real. I think it was, But she did, because I cut the cord for a bit. I said, listen, I'm a raging alcoholic. I shouldn't have two young boys underneath this roof. She had a job opportunity that she could have went to. That was a good deal. And she left that job opportunity to come to me with those kids. So was it about money? Yeah, I believe it was about money now. I do believe that fully.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a part of me that wants to believe that there is a human being inside of her of some kind that's decent. But the more and more I start to game this, and I'm starting to listen to Betty with a clear mind, the mom, sorry. Her name's Betty, I'm sorry. The mom. I was had on a massive level, dude. The first thing my uncle said to me, he's an old school guy. He's 78 years old. He said to me, Jay, you were taken for a ride. She took you for a ride. And you really messed up a really good situation that you had. Very few people get what you had. One in multiple millions had what you had at your age. That's what I had to come home to, and that was rough. That was rough. But he's right. You know, this person came into my life, and I let it happen. I should have had the cops at the door and say, look, this woman has 2 children. I drink heavy. Do you guys think this is a good idea for her to be here? I don't think it is. That's what I should have done. I would have saved myself from all this bullshit. So, does Rev have regrets? Oh, you better flip and believe it. Yeah, I do. But I can't go back. It's not a thing. So.
Well, as I said at the start of this, you know, for the future, don't date somebody with kids.
I won't.
You shouldn't be around kids if you can't hold your temper and shit, you know? It's
totally.
Plain and simple.
If I got on really good meds, Rep, I'd probably be okay. But the fact is, I don't.
Meds or not, man. Like once you hit the kid, it's done deal. It's the proclivity to do that again is just.
Yeah. I agree with you completely.
But it's also like you were. She should never have brought her kids around you. Period.
No, I totally agree.
And you shouldn't have been around her kids.
Right. I was a raging alcoholic, and I said that to her. I said, do you think that's smart? You should take the job opportunity you have in Wisconsin.
Well, why would you take a job opportunity when you're there to, I'm Daddy Rev, I got my 750K.
Yep. Yep. And now I fully get that is basically what it was about. So she could put her ass on a couch and do whatever the hell she wanted because everything was paid for. Yeah. Yeah. And I said that to her many times, and she said, no, you know that's bullshit. It was for love in Jesus Christ. And I'm like, okay. If you want to say so, Shani, okay. That's how I got at the end, Rep. I was just like, if you say so, okay. Because the way she was treating me was not, I love you in Christ. That is not how she was treating me anymore. You know, it was just a meat sack to fucking dump her shit. That's what I became. So fine, I was done with that. I was done. This Thanksgiving, that was it. She was so ungrateful. People gave money for our Thanksgiving. She was ungrateful for that. And I got to the point where I literally didn't even want to sit next to her anymore. Her energy was so toxic.
And I mean, with somebody toxic enough, you both become toxic for each other, and you both are bad at that point, and you both work off each other's energy, essentially.
Exactly.
And you both do things that you shouldn't be doing. You're both unhealthy for each other.
Yep. It's like Becky and Amber Lynn Reed.
Is this the first official time that she's actually like you're away from her in the last 8 years? Like you're separate, like you're not in the same space?
Yeah, I mean, there's been small amounts of time, and this is another one. Like, it'll be a week period. We're not around each other. A couple week period. It was this last time. But that's it. Yeah, we're together like all the time. We were. Yeah.
When do you think the point in your relationship with Shani did you come to the determine that you hate her? Like, you genuinely want nothing to do with it? When was that exact moment? Was it Thanksgiving? A year ago, 2 years ago.
Well, yeah, and the hate is a really strong word. What I would say is disgusted with.
I mean, hate and disgusted, they're not mutually they work together.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving. Because I was really jovial about donations. Like, people were really nice. And so I was happy about it. And she was just like, I don't care. It wasn't enough for a Perkins meal. After you bought the stuff, so what good is it? I don't get a turkey meal. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Shannon. Wow. That's how you feel. You have zero gratuity then. None? I literally felt like I wanted to vomit around her.
Like, I've never seen her be grateful for anything. And like even like in some of the streams that I watched of you were anytime somebody would buy you, it was like a simple little drink or something. You were always like, thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, nothing. I agree with you there.
Very cold as shit. And people tried to befriend her, and she would just ignore them or throw them out of her life because she always felt threatened by females. Always. We couldn't have for real.
I know. I know. I was in that stream the other day.
Yeah.
when she went crazy over you talk. I think it was it Jules and that other person. I think it was.
Yeah, it's so stupid, man. But that's how she was the whole relationship. If it was, oh my God, if it was an attractive female,
yeah, because any person who's not her is better than her by default, almost practically.
Oh my God, I would agree now. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to this video.
All right, are we gonna cut this after Betty or Mom's done here?
Yeah, we're gonna probably finish it up. We got another 10 more minutes.
Gotcha. So. Okay. All right,
because we're almost at 2 hours.
I remember clearly how she wanted to be with G-Man. She talked to me about it almost every night. But he was too smart for her, thank God. He even told her, you need to get out of your mama's house. Of course, she wasn't going to have that because she'd have to go get a job and she'd have to go actually, pay bills. She didn't want to pay nothing. I asked her for money to help pay. Once she gave me $140 with her first job. And that went towards the heat, the electric, and the water. So split that into 3, okay? Less than $50. Not bad, She could have been paying a lot more in a house that she lived in. When I think back in hindsight, I should have just, instead of bringing her to our house, I should have just said, Shannon, the house is yours now. Because we actually my husband and I went over there and cleaned her house out. Oh my God.
That's crazy. Parents should not be doing that to their kid. Like, you're a grown adult. Nobody should be fucking cleaning your house except you.
I'd talk about a mess. The bedroom up in the boys' room, you'd get halfway up the steps and you could smell the urine coming out of there. For some reason, they thought it was okay to piss on the floor.
Jesus God, what?
Okay.
What?
They thought that was okay. And I don't like talking like this, by the way, but I'm fed up to here with all of this stuff and her making videos.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And it hurts. It hurts really bad. It hurts to know that my grandchildren have to live like this. It does. It hurts me real bad because I know my other 2 grandchildren are living a decent life. They have 2 parents that love them very much. And they're happy. And the way a kid is supposed to be. She's in the bathroom, right down the hall here, smoking on her hookah, or whatever you call it, smoking weed with her boys down the hall. No. William told me one day, he said, that's got to stop. He goes, she used to do that when my dad was there, talking about you, Chris. He said, but it's got to stop. And he wanted to put a stop to it. And I think the only way he knew how to do it was to try to get out of here and make her take responsibility. He's smarter than you think.
Oh, he's smart kid.
He might lie, but he's smart. He knew what he was doing.
Very smart kid.
He didn't want to lose her again either. I mean, the boys really do love her.
They do.
If she could only just see that, and be satisfied with that.
So her kids did love her, right? Like,
oh yeah, there's zero doubt.
So when her mom says, like, if she can only be satisfied with was she like convinced her kids hated her or didn't, or like what? Like,
no, this latest thing with William really bothered her though. The going silent. That's what triggered. I don't recognize her anymore. Who she is, I don't know that person. The person I spent the first 6.5 or 7 years with, that's not the same person. She had a complete mental, you call it, breakdown, and the silence of William triggered it. I'm telling you the truth. That's
Because I swear I've seen a clip of Shani saying that she regrets having Will.
Oh, God. Ew. If she said that, ew. She don't mean that at all.
It doesn't matter if you mean it. You never say that about a child, though. That is
horrible. Is there a clip of that?
I've seen so many clips.
I'm sure.
I didn't get a whole thing of like clips just planned here because this is all unscripted. We're just going off the cuff here in the last 2 hours.
Right.
But I swear I remember her saying something about that. Again, I'm working on a Shani for Christ's Files video. Like I have a huge documentary style video that is coming out, right? Awesome. And I have so much, like it's like almost 2 hours. I've had so much content. I've watched so much content of her. I've heard her say crazy things, but maybe I'm misremembering. I don't remember.
Okay, that's fair enough. But I just want to compliment you that you're a very good facilitator of an interview. You're very good at this.
Thank you, because this is my first interview I've ever done.
Is that for real? Oh my God, am I honored, dude?
Let's continue.
All right.
She's got to have that negative attention. Always just this negative attention. But anyway, when the police came over to get her out of the house, yes, it was Christmas Eve. But she was screaming and yelling and causing a lot of trouble. She took, instead of cleaning the room, she took and she shoved a good portion of it under her father's bed.
Did you want to put Mom back on, Rep? Because we're on, right?
Oh, my bad. Thank you.
No problem. Producer, a little producing.
That's the first time I've ever used Streamlabs too, so bear with me.
You're doing great, actually.
I mean, my husband works hard. We don't have the greatest house in the world. Our house is, over 100 years old. But he takes a lot of pride in trying to keep things nice in it, And he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that at all. We didn't do anything. She came to us after you left her, Chris. She came to our house, and I didn't know what to do because of the kids.
Okay.
But if I think in hindsight, I should have made her stay there at the house that you guys were renting because she could have gotten a job and she'd probably still be there. Well, until she roped Jason in. He's going to find out. He will find out the hard way. But I'll tell you what, if he threatens me or my husband again, he just needs to know that the Duluth Police Department know about them.
Okay.
Both of them. We have it written down. There's a paper trail. And he better watch his step.
Okay.
I have pictures of what the room looked like. I'm not going to show them here. But I have hung on to them in case anything else, happens. But now she's in Pennsylvania. She should just go on with her life. She should just go on with her life and stop making these crazy ass videos.
I agree.
And trying to get everybody all stirred up and just expanding the hatred.
I agree with that the whole time.
She's married now. She's married to this guy. She's supposed to be focusing on how much they love each other. Mm-hmm. But she won't do that. It's heartbreaking. I apologize to my followers or my subscribers for this video. This is something that had to be done. I'm not going to keep this video up here, and I promise you that I'm going to go back to my garden content, and I'm not going to ever make a video like this again, because other than what happened with my daughter, our lives are pretty much normal. But it had to be done because she won't listen. And I just wanted her new husband to know that he needs to stop threatening us.
Wait, you were never married to her, were you?
Not on paper, no.
Okay, not on paper.
Not on paper. In Colorado, sorry. In Colorado, they accepted common law marriages. So they recognize us as married in Colorado. That's not the case in PA.
Okay. Yeah. Some states acknowledge like domestic partnerships as like people like it's weird. Yeah. But you're not officially married. So I get what you're saying. All right. We got 4 more minutes of this.
I mean, threatening a 62-year-old man who had his knees replaced and has to take blood thinners. And his heart isn't doing too well either. He happens to have AFib.
Okay.
You don't want to know what I think about you right now doing that. You don't want to know.
I remember that day.
What do you remember about
it? I was on the phone with my buddy Phil that did the radio the radio show with me. Sorry. Frog in my throat. And we were trying to talk to the father about some of the stuff that both of us heard Betty do to Shannon. One of the things was ripping the headphones off of her, but she said she dramatized it, so it sounded way worse.
Yeah, now we know the context of that in this.
Yes, exactly. So what I have to realize now is that she's very good at perception manipulation. Let's put it that way. When you're with her, she can do things to warp your mind. I'm telling you, because she did it to me for years. So this was really good to watch because it's put a lot of things that I even lived through into better perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is, the fact of the matter is that Shanny, for Christ, is abusive. She's
a master manipulator, too. I mean, she's made it this far. Good at it.
Yeah.
She's made it this far with everybody else doing things for her.
It's true. Yeah, she's really good at it. So it's a cautionary tale to anybody out there that if you want to try this one on for size, you better know what you're getting into, okay? Be careful. That's what I tell them, Rep. You better be real careful.
All right, it's almost done here.
All right.
But I can let it go because I can take a little bit of pleasure in the fact that you're going to find out the hard way. And I'm not going to say I told you so, but you're going to hear it in your head. But anyway, that's all I got to say. That's my side of the story.
Thanks.
Chris was a really good father. I don't believe he raped her. I don't believe it for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
She has lied about this stuff over and over again with other people.
I believe that now, for sure.
And I don't believe he abused her in any way.
I don't believe he did.
He's never been an abusive person as long as we've known Chris. We've known him for several years.
Right.
He's never been abusive that I know of. I mean,
he doesn't seem like that type of guy at all.
I mean, it really was when she explained that he raped her. It was so out of character that I was like,
yeah.
It's, I didn't buy it, but I wanted to stay on her side because she's my daughter. She didn't go and even get a police report on it for like a month or so. She didn't even go to get STD checks until several months after that.
That's not normal.
So, I mean, who's telling the truth here?
Right.
I mean, this is miserable. I kind of wish I didn't make this video now. But it has to be said. So I hope you got the message, Jason and Shannon. Good luck to you. I hope that you get the help that you need, finally. But it won't be coming from your family anymore. We're done. We're through. Just want you to know that. I don't take pleasure in it either. I think it's horrible how things went down.
Wow.
You would feel the same way as a mother, or maybe not. You seem to put yourself before your kids all the time. Right now, Jason's only seeing the honeymoon phase.
True.
He'll see what you're really about.
Wow.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
How do you feel about that? No, I mean, the last part of the whole video was towards you.
Wow. That's what I would call shell-shocking.
Truth from the grave. I'm sorry to say, Betty has passed away. She's not alive, and the father isn't alive either. They're both dead. So,
rest in peace in them, yeah.
You're in a situation now where somebody, almost 6 years ago, is talking to you, and now you're in the situation that you're in, away from it all, separate.
She told the truth, man. I feel that as best as she could tell the truth, she did that, I think. And wow, it's literal shell shock. I'm like, I just listened to that, and it was really aimed at me at the end. Like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna
hashtag Betty was honest. Betty was right.
Yeah, she was. See, I would use that hashtag now. That would have been something that I would have defended her against.
If you join other streams, you should say that. You should make that a slogan. Hashtag Betty was right.
I'm going to make that definitely part of my repertoire now. Definitely. Holy crap. All right, Rep, are we going to wrap it up, or what's the deal?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Guys, I want to say thank you guys for watching. Sorry, this was a long interview. I can tell you're a little winded.
I am.
2 hours and 11 minutes.
Wow.
But
you're great at this.
I got a lot of questions answered that I wanted to ask about you. So
cool.
It'd be very helpful. I appreciate you taking the time to come to here and talk with me for the last 2 hours. Hopefully nothing was too invasive or too personal.
No, I just hope that, like, I would love to be friends with you. And if the thing with what had happened with the boy really affects that, I'd say I'm sorry, and I like you. So genuinely. So, but if we can't be friends because of that, I would get it, Yeah,
we'll talk about that later. But
okay, cool.
Thank you for coming, guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll see. I got one who did that. Thank you, Poto Wage, for the $10 donation. Rep, you're really good at interviewing, and appreciate you holding Rev accountable while also staying respectful. This was fantastic. Thank you.